Well, good afternoon, welcome back to VP4TV. We're here on this Sunday afternoon. We've got 3 matches lined up in the 2023 Virtual Black Ball World Championships. We've got them listed there. At the top of the hour we have OnePocketSlim against Bankster, a winner's side match. In an hour's time we have Larry versus Cobra on the one-loss side, and then the big match tonight is at 7 PM GMT, which is a match between LS3 and SemiPro. And well, every match of course is going to overlap. We'll just have to take it as it comes and see how things pan out. Obviously the first match be very unlikely to be done in an hour, but it just depends how things are going. If one player's running away with it, come the hour, we'll join the Larry Cobra match. So we just have to judge it as it comes. I believe there's been one result today. There might have been another one, but the one I noticed was in the 3-cushion World Championship. Albinario played a round 3 match, I think it was today, against Kim Sung Min, I think his name was. And Albinario had a very comfortable win there. Welcome to Spud Boy. And anybody else that's out there. I don't know whether Steve is going to be joining us. I'll tab out and have a quick look and see in a minute or two, because he won't be there now. It'd be unusual if he was there. Well, I will have a quick look. Hang on. Yeah, no sign of him. So, that match that I was talking about earlier on today was that one, the round 3 match. Albinario beat Kim Sung Min by 20 points to 2, so a very comfortable win for Albinario. So he's through to round 3, and he's waiting on the winner of Capo Interchange X. That's going to be his next opponent, either of those two. Further down we have the match that's still to be arranged between LS3 and Chiku. That'll be an interesting one to see. I do hope I can get that one. The one that I won't be getting will be the one between Vinces, which is that name there, and Acero, which is going to go ahead. I think that is tomorrow morning my time, 2 AM in the morning, Monday morning, which is obviously, I'll be in bed at that time. I'm up at 4 AM. So that match is going to go ahead tomorrow morning. I think that is all that is scheduled in the 3-cushion. Oh no, I forgot. We'll get the one on Monday night. The one lost side match between Cobra and OnePocketSlim, and I should be there for that one as well. So Slim's busy. He's got a match today, and he's also got his match tomorrow with Cobra. We'll look forward to that. Welcome to Bill and SemiPro. Where's that? Have I got far enough down? Let me see if I can get the other bracket up. Right, there we go. Right, so this is confirming that the matches that are scheduled are the ones that I've been talking about. So there's nothing else on there. Matches are going to thin out, of course, as you get deeper in the tournament. So first one up is going to be OnePocketSlim Bankster, and we'll have a look and see whether anybody's there. And I don't see. Oh, Slim is in away mode. Look to see whether I can see Bankster, and he's in a room getting some practice. Welcome to Mark. Right, another quick tab and a look. Of course, Sunday I think also is a golf day for Steve. So by the way, tell me if you can see anything going up the screen here. Let me try this. I've got YouTube up on my phone. Let me try this. Can you see that? Can you see that on your screen if you're watching on YouTube? Or in fact, put it this way, can you see it on any of the screens, whether you're watching on Twitch? I can see stuff going up my screen on my phone, so I presume it's going up the screen on YouTube. Good evening to Brainful Out. No, you can't see anything. Well, it must. I don't know why the hell they have it. It's got little sort of emotes that you press. That's the first time I noticed that on my phone. Anyway, I'm going to shut my phone down and get that out of the way. Well, let's hope with some good matches. Let's hope Bankster puts it to Slim and make a match of this. Let me just scroll further down, get this tidied up. Now I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Oh, what's happening? Jana's actually won a match, and he's chatting in German. I don't know what he said. Right, another quick look. I didn't get a message from Steve, so as I say, he might be out and about on the golf course. So how long have we got? Well, we've only got barely 2 minutes for this room to go up, and we'll get ourselves straight in. Yeah, I noticed that, SemiPro. I had a quick look at the match. It didn't last long. Albie wants to keep his best form till later in the tournament, because sooner or later he may well end up bumping into Chiku, who I've got down as an odds-on favourite to win it. Although Albie said that 2 or 3 times he's played Chiku, he's beat him. But, well, we'll see. Maybe Chiku has played his best game in that match. I saw him playing, but we don't know. We'll see how he does against LS3. Right, one final tab out, and then I'm not doing it again. If Steve comes into the room, then I'll know he's in Discord. So he might turn up later. You never know, but there's no sign of him there. So we'll just wait. Well, I might need to change the cloth colour, by the way. I think we'll need to do that. Did Albie run a 7, did he? Well, that was excellent. That'll be the high run for the tournament. In fact, hang on, we'll just have a quick look. Where are we? Yeah, Albinario's now got the high run for the tournament, which is excellent. But of course, points per turn, if you look at points per turn, bear in mind that Chiku's only played 1 match, he still streaks ahead of everybody else on the stats. Average run was 2.5 in his first match. So you've got Chiku with 6, Emit on 6, but I think he's out the tournament now, is he not? And Vinces on a high run of 5. LS3 and 4. Seemed a long while ago when LS3 made that run of 4 in her match. I think this room will be up now. Let's just get ourselves in. And we're waiting on Bankster to arrive now. I'm going to do one final tab. Right, definitely. He's definitely not there, so let me just change the cloth colour. Wrong one, that's it. I'll have a quick drink while we're waiting. Now, I got home from work about, I don't know, about half 2:20 to 3 or something, and I've only had really a quick snack, so I might have to leave and get something to eat. I might have to go and have a quick snack again midstream. Right, here we are. We've got OnePocketSlim on the right hand side, Bankster on the left, or on the far side as we're now looking. And it looks as if Bankster's going to win it. So off we go. And straight away, scratching the brake. And I don't think the 8-ball moved barely an inch there, which is unusual because it's usually the first ball to end up in the pocket, as it has been in this tournament. 11-4. LS3 thinks, what, you're watching this on a train? Well, as long as you're getting a good enough signal. So, Slim with his free shot. I'm surprised that with the free shot, Slim didn't do some damage up the top of the table there. And now he's completely blown a gasket straight away. Didn't hit the ball, well, hit the ball, but just didn't go through it, and he's given 2 shots, or a free shot to Bankster now. Strange start. I don't know what Slim was thinking. Oh, I forgot this was a winner's side as well, now that you've mentioned it. Yeah, I'm surprised Slim didn't get into those balls up in that corner pocket with his free shot, and then his second shot, I don't know what was going through his head. But incidents like this are what Bankster has to capitalise on. You know, a totally unforced error by Slim. That red that's over the side pocket, that cue ball's going south. Oh dear. Let's have a look at that red. Well, that red does go. But of course the other thing as well is that those 2 yellows there, they're a combo. You can make that. You might just take the yellow in, you know, you can't take it into that corner, but you can also make that as a combo. And well, Slim's not going to be making any combo here because he's behind the 8-ball, and he's just trying to get his ball in the mix. But I think the way that's been set, you know, that's going to be possibly a 4-ball combo, but Bankster didn't bother looking at it. Now we know that red goes into the side, but you've got to be really good on it to be able to play it. And now he's looking at it now. Yeah, he's used the yellow there, and that's pushed it offline. But it's still in a good enough spot. I'm surprised also Bankster didn't play that little combo up top. He might never get as good as he was on it to start with. And that's got Bankster's red ball in trouble now. That little bump that Slim did there. Welcome to Cobra. Well, Slim going for the pot and trying to just nudge those reds, maybe get one into the pocket out of the way. Well, Bankster now has his chance. Cue ball could have finished better than that though. Again, he's just trying to make sure that he's got cover with that yellow ball up in the top rail there, that it's not going to go in the pocket. Well, Slim could have a go at the cut in this one in the bottom right here and try and run the cue ball up that left side of the table. Well, it was too thin a cut. So now what does he do? Yeah, well, tried his best to get the yellow to push in. But in fact, that red is catching the yellow. I mean, there is room to the jaw. It's hard to say. I mean, I presume the red's going to go in, especially if you look at it like that. Now, that's knocked the yellow in, and that's taking care of that problem. But he's going to have to duck here. I think the sensible thing is to duck, unless he wants to make the combo. Well, he's done it. The problem with making the combo is that, you know, not knowing where the red's going to finish is now really awkward, and there's a possibility he could leave a bank on here for Slim and sell out. I think that's the only thing that Slim's going to have, possibly. Well, he won't now. That was a cracking shot by Bankster. Can he get enough of that 8-ball though? I think he can. Well, I wouldn't be putting too much on it, because you play it slow, you'll catch the yellow first. Now, was that legal? Yes, it was. No, he loses. He fouled. He caught the red. I just noticed it in the top right hand corner of the screen. Well, he put too much English on it. I think he should have rode his luck there and just hoped that I think if he just played it plain ball, it may well have still gone in. But when you're that far away from the 8-ball and you're putting that amount of English on it, with the pace that you're putting on it, you're always taking the risk it's going to come in too soon and catch the other object ball, which it did. So that was a sellout. I mean, he did the hard work there with that final ball of his and a cracking pot, but he was convinced he needed a bit of English in the cue ball. I'm not quite so convinced. That could have been a very good start for Bankster. Gave it away in the end. So Bankster on the yellows, and 2 problems with the yellows. Well, Slim wants to try and take this red and come back down the table here. I think he's just playing position to get that ball over the pocket, but the one thing he could have tried was potting that red and coming back down the table here so that he could get on that one into the side. He's still got an option the other way. If he was here, he could pot the red and bump into them, but if he'd got down to here from that ball that was up there, he could have possibly potted that and then done a bit of damage that way. Now Bankster's potting Slim's ball. He's given him another free shot. Well, Slim's now got the opportunity to deal with one problem, but he's still got the other one on the right side. Now he could give this a slam and try and spin the cue ball. Could he not try and give that a slam and spin the cue ball in here with a free shot and move something? Well, that's not bad. Although the yellows are still guarding out of their pocket, but I mean, everything is sort of in the open now for Slim. He's not really going to get much of a better opportunity now. If he takes that one and he then takes that one, if he's got the line, he can roll through for that one into the side. He's just got that in now. I think he's pretty nigh perfect in this, just so that he can roll that into the side. And what he doesn't want to do is be rolling it in where he's bumping the yellow. I think he maybe wants to try and leave an angle where he's putting that red in and maybe running away that way. That way he's not bumping the yellow. No, I have got tandoori chicken. 2 minutes in the microwave. Well, that looks perfect to me. that's exactly the angle I would have wanted, so that I could roll that into the side and roll out. The only danger is if you don't roll out far enough, and I don't know whether that line, does he want to zip this up a wee bit and try, I don't know whether he'll catch the 8 ball. I just can't understand the line that this cue ball's taking off this red. Well, that's the safest route, just a little dink, but he's got to get below the 8 ball. I'll tell you something, right now I could eat a cow pie. And that will do nicely. Well, Bankster had that chance, and this is what you have to do in these tournaments when you do get the chance. You've got to put them away. And don't forget, the last mistake that Bankster made in this rack was potting Slim's ball and giving him the free shot. So Bankster breaks off in rack number 3. A handful of balls have went in. Yellow, 2 yellows and a red have gone. And well, the yellows are actually good from the point of view that you can get to all of them, but not from where Bankster is right now. That's the problem. And the reds he's got a pot. Well, this is an invitation here for Slim. I mean, there is a wee bit of movement to be done. I mean, if you're on that yellow there, you can roll through for that yellow. If you're in the table here, you can cut that yellow. So there's not a great deal of difficulty with access to these balls. It's just how you get there. That's not a great angle that he's got right now on that one. And it would just be a straight draw back for that one that's guarding the pocket right now. And now it's gone wrong. It's gone wrong big time. Yeah, can only see the one ball. Not a lot you can do there. Well, I had I caught the end of the session with a match between Mark Allen and Judd Trump, the first session of the final, and well, it's Mark Allen's to lose. What is he? He's 7-2 up. I think Trump won the final frame of the day, but Mark Allen will need to have a disaster not to get the 3 frames he needs to win that tournament later on tonight. I don't know, you know, Slim couldn't see his yellow, so now Bankster should probably take ball in hand in the kitchen with his free shot. In fact, he doesn't even need to. The red cleanly goes. So these are the opportunities. Oh, what's he done here? Oh, that's a terrible shot. That is really poor. I mean, you've got a table that's there for the taking. What does he do? Bump a ball down in amongst the balls where the red is and then create a problem. That is just so poorly thought out. You just don't do anything like that when you've got an open table that's there for the taking and create yourself another bloody problem. I don't know what, I talk about players thinking about what they're doing. Now, Bankster there wasn't thinking a jot in what he was doing. There's no way he should have been trying to bump a ball in amongst his other ball when the ball was wide open into the pocket. And now he's not going to get out because of it. This is what frustrates me watching some of these players. They just do not use their head at all. Well, it's a wee bit of a tricky shot that Slim's got here. He could try burying Bankster, but it's tricky. Look at the state of this pocket now. You see, you know, nothing goes now. Yeah, Slim was trying to get in behind the 8 ball, but it was tough to do it. But in actual fact, he's blocked that red into the left side, which is good. And if Bankster stays at this end of the table here, oh wait a minute, hang on. Well, there's a bonus. Well, obviously one red goes, and you could just kill the cue ball and leave that as a little dink across into the other corner pocket. If you're Bankster, that is. Good afternoon or good early evening to bed. Well, it is evening in Lapland, isn't it? Well, that red that Bankster played with his free shot was just a stupid shot. There's no other way to explain it. A pointless exercise what he did there when he had a wide open table. There wasn't a problem in the table until he got his free shot and then made one. And all because of that, he's going to end up losing the rack at the end of the day. And he deserves to lose it for that. And it's 3-0. So he had Bankster had a chance in the first rack to win it. He blew that. He's had a chance in the third rack to win it. He threw that out the window. And if he's sitting wondering why he's 3-0 down, then he just needs to watch the video. Although I don't think he'll need much information, because he knows the daft stuff that he's done already. Well, all the balls are off the rails, which is a bit of a miracle in black ball. And they're all there to be picked off. Okay, there's a problem in the bottom left here. Well, if that red had been down nearer the pocket where Bankster was, he should have then had an opportunity to pot the red and bump this other red. It's all lifts and butts though. Well, he's got a bump this time. He's good on it in the side. The angle he's got is going to take him sort of square towards the one on the side rail there, or just off the side rail. Again, this was a chance. He had a fair bit of spin on that to try and get an that cue ball in the perfect spot there. He got it in the perfect spot to get out. And Slim's just going to duck in behind that. In fact, that's a handy little bump. And now this table's crying to be run out. This is going to be 4-0. Well, he wants to take that one in the side right now that he's on it, I think. Does he want to leave that as the yellow to get on that 8 ball? I don't really fancy that. I mean, okay, there's you know, everything's open in the right hand side. It'll work more than likely. I would just have liked to get it out of the way. See the angle now. I think you can still hold it. It's fine. Just a little dink to here or there. That'll do it. Well, the question now is Bankster going to get a rack in this match? He certainly won't get anything if he doesn't get his act together. It's 4-0. Making it all too comfortable for Slim. Bankster's going to have to get down and dirty here if he's going to try and throw Slim off his game. But more important than that, he's got to make sensible shot choices. Slim, once again, I mean, looking at the table, he's got to be out. I mean, this is odds on 5-0. There is absolutely no problem in the table. Any problem that he does have will be self-inflicted. He doesn't have to bump anything. He just has to keep the cue ball on the spot. Well, he'll take the one, I presume, over the bottom right hand corner, just drop that in and then dink the other one in the middle of the middle diamond there in the bottom rail, and take the one on the side if he's got the right angle, which he should have. Well, he's left the one over the other side. I thought he'd have took that one in the middle. But anyway, no reason he still shouldn't be out though. Well, this is as comfortable a match so far as Slim could have asked. 5-0. Once he just drops this 8 ball in. Slim's break gives him a couple of balls, and it's got to be yellows again, and it should be 6-0. I mean, straight away the yellows are sitting excellent. Obviously you've got a slight issue with reds on the right hand side to deal with, so he won't be getting anywhere near them, but he's missed the yellow. I presume he played a pot there. And likewise for Bankster, this is a chance that Bankster has to get. He has to put this on the board. He's going to have to go for the yellows. He's probably going to have to play the combo, although he's looking at this cut into the side. That's just caught enough of the pocket to drop in. Well, here's a test for Bankster. Has he got any stomach for the fight here? Let's find out. He's got himself in a big enough hole. Let's see if we can start climbing out of it. And this is already a problem. Can he skim past that 8 ball? He's got to get past the 8 ball on the right side here so he can have a shot, and he's avoided it, and that's well played. And now he's good to go. Just stop it stone dead or run through, whatever choice he wants. Probably just killing it's the simplest solution rather than risking running through to the pocket. Well, he's running through, but should never miss this. Well, that's a surprise from Slim right at the start there. The way those yellows were sitting, Slim's first priority was to pot a yellow in, and he failed. So Bankster was gifted the opportunity to get off the mark and he took it. But Bankster's break has ended up dry in rack number 7. We've got issues to deal with top of the table. Now you can get to that yellow along the short rail. And looking at the other yellow in the gap, you can get to that yellow from here, so nothing has to be bumped here. It's just about getting on the spot. Well, that's perfect to deal with right now. And he can sneak out. Might catch the red. Of course, the other issue is still up the table as well. 2 yellows up table. And well, he can cut that yellow now if he wants, but taking this yellow, you know, there's no way he's going to be able to hold to get onto that one, which is the one he wants to get rid of. He's trying to do it dead weight. Has he got it enough? Oh yes, he has. That was well done. Now, well, do you just go forward with this? Well, he's going to come back, play the bank. Oh no. Well, this could pot. I mean, he's going to have to bend it, but at the distance, well, he's again very well played. That was excellent, well judged that shot. Wide open 8 ball. It's a long road to recovery here for Bankster. 6-1 down. Red goes into the right side. Oh, and these reds are sitting good again as well. Again, the problem is there isn't really a good red to be potting though. But look at the yellows. I mean, the yellows are just as nice, and that's the ones he'll probably be going for. And I can't see where this is going to go wrong. It's just about minding your work, not doing anything stupid, and you've got to get out. A really good table, and every ball's got a pocket, which is exactly what Bankster doesn't want to be happening. Slim's already well into the comfort zone. Slim's always had a sort of nice, delicate touch, which works most of the time. And you know, when he's played 9-ball and that, but I think that type of touch is a big advantage in this game, especially with the difference in the weight in that cue ball. These sort of deft little dinks and touches certainly give Slim a big advantage on this table. And again, he's doing the right thing, you know, get your bearings before you commit, just so that you know where exactly you want to be dropping the cue ball. Don't dive in. Pretty much. Not quite a straight roll in the 8 ball, but not far off it. This for 7-1. There we go. Well, nothing short of a breaking run here for Bankster's going to do. He's got the first part of it. He's got a ball. And whatever set of balls he commits to, he's got a problem to deal with. And once again, where he's sitting, it's going to more than likely be yellows. Oh, he's hung it. I don't know why. I presume he could have saw the yellow into the set. Well, obviously played that other one. He played the more difficult yellow. I thought he could have rolled the one into the side. But table's now set up for Slim. But he's now created more of a problem. Bump to red. It's now surrounding the yellow. 2 reds around the yellow. So now the rack's sort of up in the air as to who's going to win this. Does that yellow go down table? Let's have a look. No, it doesn't. I was looking to just see whether it went actually up the table. There it doesn't go. Not enough room. Well, I don't think it goes. Yeah, he's caught the red. Well, Slim's still the strong favourite for this rack right now. Got control of the top left hand corner pocket. And these other 2 yellows, he just needs to get good on one of them to get rid of it. But he's going to have to kick. And that's a good shot, because that has left Bankster with... Okay, he can see the one up top. The only other one he can see is the one that's over there, but... his main objective is to make sure that Slim can't see the one yellow that he's now covered that. He's covered the other one still with his red, and then the only one Slim can see is that one. But the table's now good to get the job done for Slim, as and when he gets that opportunity. I don't know. Again, I don't know that that was a great idea. You know, you just don't want to be starting... When you're down to the amount of balls you've got, you don't want to start just knocking your ball on top of the 8 ball. I mean, it still goes, or does it? Well, it does go into that corner. It's just made it slightly more awkward, bearing in mind where that other yellow is in the pocket. And now Bankster has got control of the bottom right corner pocket, so... Well, if I'm bankster, the first thing I'm doing is playing that red that's on the short rail up top and getting it into play. It's still a tall order for Slim, well, to get good on this last yellow that's on this side he's about to shoot. In fact, he squeezed it in. So Bankster did the right thing, sticking his red over the top right to give him a second lifeline there. Well, Slim's decided. Now, SemiPro, are you there? Is that not an illegal shot? What Slim just did there, playing the 8 ball deliberately and giving Bankster a free shot. I mean, how does that stand in the real life game? Because I'm sure SemiPro said something about that before, about playing deliberate fouls in black ball. I don't think that was a legal shot according to the proper rules of the game. But the only one that will confirm that is SemiPro, and SemiPro's obviously gone for dinner because he's not there anymore. Well, exactly. You know, VP4 black ball isn't set up properly. Then, simple as that. I mean, if the rules were properly right, again, I can't commit to that until SemiPro confirms what I'm thinking. But if that is the case, then Steve really needs to get the rule set implemented correctly for this game, because if that is right, then VP4 is wrong. It's not set right. Just the same as if you jump a ball in this game, it's a foul. Well, Bankster's going to leave the obvious last red up table to get to the 8 ball, so he should be out. Why does SemiPro go away at these moments, and just when you actually need something confirmed, he disappears? Well, just a little stop shot, isn't it? You don't want to play this dead weight because you could end up rolling behind the yellow. And now he's stunned it, and well, last chance saloon for Slim. Right, SemiPro. Earlier on in this rack, Slim played a deliberate foul in the 8 ball. He just tried to tuck the 8 ball in amongst the red and yellow up the top there, and he gave Bankster a free shot. Now, am I right in saying that that's an illegal shot in black ball? That if you have like an open table, your balls are on, Slim just chose to nudge the 8 ball along the top rail and didn't play what you would call a legal shot. What's the proper rules in that in black ball? Because if that's the case, then Steve needs to get the rule set right for this game, so that the game recognises that he's hit the black ball deliberately, and calls it as a foul. or a loss of rack. One of the two, whatever the hell the rule is. Any deliberate foul is black ball is loss of the frame. That's what I thought. So I mean, if we're going to have this game in VP4, then and again you can say deliberate fouls. Steve might turn around and say, well, there's a bit of sort of what's the word? What's the word when there's not a definitive answer to it? But we could all see that it was a deliberate foul. When Slim's double banked the 8 ball for 7-2. But also, if Steve can't implement that in the game, then he needs to have it written up in the rules for the tournament on the tournament page, and it needs to be made clear to all those that are in the tournament that you can't play that deliberate foul. Because basically you're doing that to gain an advantage. No, but you see, that's a different thing, Mark. That's a different thing, because if you're snookered, then the game knows that you're snookered. That's a different ball game altogether. That's not the argument. Yeah, that's a different thing you're talking about, Mark. The game tells you you're snookered, doesn't it? And and you don't need to hit a rail after hitting the object ball. So well, that's a bit like the way it used to be. And see, the thing that used to annoy me in VP3 in snooker is that you would have you'd be playing some numpty at the game, and it happened frequently when I played. You used to play snooker, and you'd have them snookered, and rather than making an attempt to hit the bloody snooker, they would just roll the cue ball onto another ball and not play the shot at all. Which is why when snooker was coming to VP4, that's what I said to Steve. Steve, you'll get idiots flaunting the rules of the game because they can get away with it. You have to put in foul and miss one way or another, so that it stops them just rolling and rolling. Because then when it's foul and miss, you just stick them back in. But no, I think that miscalling slops in 10 ball straight. Well, aye, that's what you would describe as a stalemate situation, SemiPro. Well, I don't think we've got a problem. We've not got a problem with miscalling, and I'm talking about tournaments. I'm not talking about two guys who don't know each other playing in a room and playing straight pool or playing 10 ball or whatever. In tournaments, I don't think we've got a problem like that with those games, because most people that play those games understand, the proper etiquette. But I think there's an issue with black ball here in that when that's a wide open table, your balls are on and you can hit them, and you just play the 8 ball. The game should be understanding that you've deliberately hit the 8 ball. Whether you miss cue and you hit the 8 ball by mistake, anyway, that argument's for another day. I might have a rant to Steve about it. It'll probably fall on deaf ears. Well, that's true as well. I mean, all these guys that have played in this tournament won't be near black ball again to the next one that comes around. Simple as that. So bankster on the reds and should be out. And no sooner have I said that than he's in trouble. Well, now that you mention it, SemiPro, we haven't actually had an old-fashioned 8-ball pub championship in this game. Not for a long time. Bear in mind that pub in VP3 was played in a 9-foot pool table. We never had a pub table in VP3. That I don't know what version of 8-ball pub it was, but it was the same version that I used to play down the snooker hall when I first started, you know, with the D, the kitchen line with the D. Is that what it is, Pub World? I don't know. I mean, there's about 5 different versions of the 8-ball pub, isn't there? Well, there's the possibility he's going to have to thin cut or bank this yellow, and if he drops this yellow in, he could bank the 8-ball, I think. Maybe not. Has he got enough room to bank that 8-ball? And where this cue ball's sitting, there's still no guarantee that Bankster's going to get out. Can he punch this in and catch the 8-ball? That's what he tried, but he's only skimmed it. And Slim has got enough room now to play the bank when he gets the chance. And that's killed that idea. Well, Bankster is going to be in trouble in a second. Like that. Just remove black ball and the 8-ball pub from the game entirely. Good hit. And now it's not so simple, because it's still an easy hit, and Slim could be in trouble here in a minute if Bankster can get this right. This is requiring this deft touch that I'm talking about. You know, he's putting English on it from distance. He doesn't want to run into the 8-ball straight away here, and he's caught the jaws and missed the ball completely, and that is a disaster. Complete and utter disaster. So he'll probably just bank the ball, send it across table, get it into play. Oh, he's hit that a bit too hard, but he's okay. And again, you know, that incident there, Bankster getting caught out with the left-hand English the cue ball there, and as soon as it caught the jaw, it was just going to spin to the other jaw and out. So 8-2, right, we are, what, 8 minutes away from match number 2 today, and that isn't it. That is it there. We've got Larry and Cobra starting at the top of the hour, and unless things take a really dramatic turn in this match, I'm just going to head over to the Larry Cobra match, if you're all happy with that. Because Slim looks as if he's going to run away with this. and there's no point in hanging around to watch a bloodbath. Now you might have a point there, Bedhead. you might have a valid point there, Bedhead. We'll see if SemiPro agrees with you. Well, what we have to remember is that this is a winner's side match, so Bankster can get over this nightmare and still battle to survive in the one-loss side, assuming it's going to go the way it's going. Well, he's now created another problem. Two reds both dead in the water, but likewise two yellows are the same for Slim. Well, I would think that if Steve is out in the golf course, I would think he's, what time is it? It's like coming up to 1 PM his time, so if he's been out for a morning round, he might be maybe, I'm guessing he might be maybe another about an hour or so before he'd be home. Oh, it just got to the rail. Well, this will be fatal if Bankster sent that. I was just going to say whether he's going to send that red over towards the red and yellow there. He doesn't want to break that red and yellow out. Not right now, he doesn't. But Slim's just trying to put him into a trap here. Now Slim can send that to the rail, bump the back of the red and get control of the pocket. In fact, not only that, he's played it with a bit more pace, bumped the back of the red and opened up the table, and now he can kill this rack. Excellent little shot there. So the lead is now 7 racks, an insurmountable lead. I'll just blow my nose 2 seconds. Slim's break has given him a ball. Problem again. One problem up the top of the table that he can't immediately deal with. But if he gets good on that yellow... Well, I was thinking if he'd sort of got good on the inside of that yellow, he could pot that one and bump. He maybe tried a bump there as well. Never got it, but I thought that was the ideal ball to cut that in and then just run and bump the red and yellow from the right hand side there. Well, this might work. No, it hasn't. It's locked it up even more. I thought he was going to actually just catch in the back of that red there and be able to roll that yellow in along the rail, but no, he can't. Now I think though that red goes. Yeah, it goes. Now if you're bankster, then obviously you're looking to try and find a way to just drop into this gap. Well, that was a hit there from bankster. He was snookered. But yes, this table can be ran out if you're bankster. Slim's not running it out. That's the one surefire thing you can say right now. So bankster's got a table here that is perfect for him if he can get himself started. The tricky one is, well, that's now changed it completely. Slim's gone all in to try and win the rack, but bankster's got that one isolated red up the top of the table. So the yellow ball is a good target to try and bump into. You know, if you were on, I don't know, if you were somewhere there, you could bump to the yellow and hold for the red. Now, bankster's taking on a dodgy red here, and this if he doesn't get this in, he's losing the rack, you would think. Maybe not so now that he's bumped to yellow. Well, I think you'd need some sort of kennel facility for Stubb, where you could just tie him up at night to keep him in check. Well, the bank on the yellow could be the rack winner here, and that is going to give bankster his opportunity. Now he could play from where he is and just gently cut that red along the rail. So now this is really another opportunity for a consolation rack here for bankster. Right, we'll just do a quick tab. And we'll see if we can find this other match. There we go. Cobra and Larry are underway. Now I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You want me just to jump straight into that other match? I think we can say that although bankster might be winning this rack, it's going to be an almighty shock if he come out of this. Oh dear. Would you believe it? He's dead in the water and locked. He's locked on top of the red. Yeah, we'll see if the little eye thing is up in that match. Right, so let's head into the Cobra Larry match, see if I can jinx Larry. I'm usually pretty good at it. Well, Cobra at the table. So this is the one lost side, race to 11. And Cobra's going to get first blood unless he does that. and hooks himself, so he's going to have to try the little Massey shot. And there's a fair chance, I mean, he can kick this as well. He's got the choice, whatever one he's comfortable with. And that'll do it. So Larry had won the lag, he broke this rack. So Cobra off and running. Well, the major issue here is where the 8 ball is. 8 ball sitting pretty much more or less where it was in the rack, and those 3 reds are guarding it. And Cobra has an opportunity with the balls that he's got up there to do a bit of damage. He could do it right now, and that's got rid of the 1 red that's blocking the 8 ball into the 1 corner pocket, and the 8 ball of course now is accessible into the right corner, right centre pocket. So this is now set up to get the job done. Now how's he sitting on this yellow? He should be able to get out of there. So probably just the roll in and roll through for the 8 ball into the side, I would imagine. That looks good. It's got to get through to at least there, at least the donut. And that's perfect. So good start for Cobra. Cobra's adapting well, going backward and forward from the 3 cushion table, because he was playing a fair bit of that yesterday, and he was also playing it earlier on today when I got home, and he's now adapted to the pace of the table, the big step down in pace from that billiard table to the black ball table. And Larry's break's giving him a couple of balls, but well, he can take the yellow, and those 3 yellows in the middle of the table, they all go one way or another. But that one, let's have a look at it. Somebody tell me that you can cut that yellow. I'm not convinced. I think you'd be cutting it to the rail. Like the Wheel Tappers and Shunters Club. What's like the Wheel Tappers and Shunters Club? Bear in mind that I'm the only person here that knows what you're talking about, Mark. I don't quite, maybe it's went over my head, but I don't quite get the Wheel Tappers and Shunters thing. The mic's breaking up. Oh no, you don't mean like the wheel tappers and shunters. You mean like not what's his name? Norman Collier. No, like that. You mean? Well, Larry, with what to do early on here on the yellows, and that's the one problem, yellow. Now let's have a look at these two balls. Now Larry's yellow goes, but Cobra's red doesn't really go. That ain't getting potted. I mean, if you can get top side of that red, it goes into the side pocket. And one other issue for Cobra, well, he's actually tried, that's what I was just about to say, he's trying to get right down onto the red because it's the only one, and he's gone too far. It's the only one that he could have ran in and ran through to get that red into the side. He just bumped through too far. So he's obviously running away position for that red. So he's got a head scratcher here. That would have been perfect had he just finished an inch and a half closer to us with that cue ball. He would have been perfect. He could have just dropped that red in and followed through. So that red ball remains as Larry's lifeline in this rack. Oh, the one thing I need to tell you guys is, remember if you were on the stream the other night there, I had Driver Booster Pro on my PC for a long time, and I mean before it got formatted to what, you know, before Windows got reinstalled, and the other day there I downloaded it again and I ran it, and it told me that I had about 14 drivers that needed updating, but because it was just a free version, it wants you to register it to update the drivers. Now a lot of the drivers that were needing updated it was showing like a mouse driver needed updated, loads of Intel stuff needed updated. I can't remember what they were, but there was loads of drivers available for my PC. So without having paid money, it wouldn't allow you to update them. So I googled a serial code for Driver Booster Pro, and I found loads of them, and I used one of them, and it worked. And I then let the Driver Booster Pro run, and it updated all the outstanding drivers. Now these drivers haven't basically been updated since the day I got the PC. And last night, while I had VP4 running, I had the snooker on in my second monitor all last night, and I didn't have any problem. I'm not saying everything's fixed, but I didn't have a restart. It sets you wondering, is it a driver issue? Well, all the drivers are brand new now, and Larry's got off the mark. So I'm going to be doing a test on my day off, and I'm going to run it and see what happens. don't mention meat pies. I could go 2 killie pies right now. Definitely. Or a steak, what do you call it? Brownings do a steak bridie as well. They're delicious. I could eat 2 of them. So Cobra's committed to the yellows, and I can't see a problem. The only problem that I can foresee in the future is that last yellow in the top right hand side. That is a bit of a problem, especially if you're leaving it as the last ball to get on the 8 ball. It looks simple enough, but you'd really need to be dead straight on that yellow if you're going to just comfortably come back and leave yourself on the 8 ball. It sounds simple, and it looks simple in theory, but in practice it might not be quite as straightforward. Sometimes new drivers are not good with old software. Don't tell me that. Well, what you've got to remember is my PC's just been recently formatted. You know, it just recently had Windows reinstalled, so my PC was back to how it was when it came out of the factory. So those drivers were definitely genuine updates for, oh, hang on a minute, disaster for Cobra, and Larry's had a big bonus there. Cobra scratches. So Cobra came undone a bit sooner than I thought he might in this rack. Well, the drivers I installed, they've all went in okay, and the program also cleans old drivers. That was the other feature it's got in the Pro version. There was like about 8 or 9 things it wanted to clean up, so I let it do that as well. But everything's been running okay. I've not had any problems. But as I say, in my day off, I'm going to do a test. I'm going to let it run, and I'll have YouTube or whatever on my second monitor and see what happens. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I'm clutching at straws here, hoping for some sort of bloody fix. And what you then, I mean, what you're then doing is you're eliminating, you're eliminating, what do you call it? You're eliminating one factor that could be the cause of it. If it's outdated drivers and things that's caused the issue. Well, I've solved that problem because I've got all the drivers updated, and if I run the test for a few hours on my day off, we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. Well, I'll tell you something, talking about problems that you can have to get out, Larry's problem is that red and that right rail. That is a big, big problem. Because look at the distance the cue ball's got to go to get to that other red behind the 8 ball. This is by far and away no gimme. And now he's in no man's land. And he's staring at losing the rack here. Okay, he can pot that red, but he's going to have no shot in the other one. Windows Update removed your hard drive partition. Well, this has all gone wrong for Larry. An open invitation to get out, free shot, and he's got himself in a hole. You know, that was all or nothing. Now, he might be happy with where this cue ball's ended up, though. I think he'll be well pleased with that. He will take that every day of the week. Because now you know, he's a dead set with the red over the bottom right hand corner pocket, but he's still got an awful lot of travelling to go in that last red. Well, I don't think Cobra can prevent him from potting that red that's behind the 8 ball. Welcome to Simon. Oh, that's a cracking shot, but I think the cue ball's running too far. It was all or nothing there for Cobra. Now, let's have a quick look at the bracket. He's going to be obviously kicking at this. Just give us a second. Where are we? I can't see my mouse. Where the hell is it? There it is. Let's have a look. We can see that Slim is 10-5 up. Bankster's got another couple of racks on the board. Well, this time Larry should just be playing the. He should just be playing the cue ball from where it is, but he should be playing that first red behind the 8 ball. He should be cutting it. He shouldn't be playing this one. This is fatal. I don't like this, because anything can happen. He could scratch. Why is he not just cutting the red? Oh, he's played it reasonably well. But I would not have done that. LS3, good call. What have I missed there? Where did LS3 say something? I don't see LS3 in the chat. Oh dear. And Cobra can stun back for the 8 ball. Well, Larry, if you'd listened to me, you'd have done what I suggested first of all. I don't know why Larry played that red over the pocket first. She said what earlier? 11-5. Aye, well, I never noticed that. But that choice of shot by Larry there, that was not the way I'd have done it. I would have just cut that red behind the 8 ball, send it over towards the pocket. If it goes in, it goes in. But he left himself not a guaranteed certainty he was going to get perfect on that ball. He didn't get perfect on it, and he sold that rack there with a great chance that he had to get out. I don't understand it at all. Well, of course, you know, that red that was right in the pocket. Look at how far the cue ball had to go up the table to get to that last red. You know, what was wrong with just cutting the red to the left, you know, and getting it over towards that other corner pocket? What was the problem with doing that? Why did you not see that was obvious? And then, you know, once that red's in play over the other corner pocket top left, then you can take the one over the bottom right. Well, put it this way, Simon, if I was in this match and I had that table that Larry had there, I wouldn't have done it his way. My way was a far better way of getting there. I think most of you would agree with me as well. I just don't see the logic in taking the ball that was over the corner pocket. I think maybe Larry was feared of actually cutting that ball into the pocket. Maybe that's what he was feared, but you could easily take care of that. You just make sure you send it to the short rail first. Well, where it was, right, hang on a minute to get my buttons working. Where the red was, let's say that was pretty much where the red was. Why not? And if Larry was scared of cutting it actually into the pocket, then all you do is cut it so that it's going to the short rail and bumping out. Even if it finished there, you're fine. All you have to do then is pot the second one over that corner pocket, get the cue ball out, and then pot the red, and the 8 ball's handy. It was just a bit nuts to me to do that. Aye, he did have a free shot. I'm sure he had a free shot. Somebody somebody confirmed to me that Larry had his free. That was his first shot there. I'm sure he had a free shot when he was playing, when he had the choice of playing whatever red it was. I think that's the whole point of why I said he didn't. Or maybe I've got it wrong then. I take it all back if that's the case. I'll need to go and watch the video at the end of this match then, just to make sure I was wrong. Anyway, what matters is it's 3-1 to Cobra. Larry's on the yellows. Now that yellow that he's shooting now because he has to is the one that would be handed on the 8 ball. So whatever Larry does here, and he's now dead straight on the one on the rail into the bottom corner. Yeah, see, my stomach's rumbling. That's affected my train of thought. No, I've never been into Bruce Springsteen, I'm afraid. As I've always said, most of the people I like are they're either dead or about to die. Most of them are dead, I have to say. Well, well, this is anybody's guess where Larry's going to finish here, because obviously he wants to put it into the corner, but the cue ball's not heading in a great direction, and you need to juice it up big time. The difficulty is judging how that cue ball's going to react off the rail. But he's fizzing this up big time. Big fizz here with the cue ball. This could end up anywhere. No, he's going to leave the bedhead cut. I thought he was going to juice this up in a hit and hope, but he's bit the bullet and he's got an extremely dodgy cut in the 8 ball. This will be a good out. Oh, look at the cue ball, but the 8 ball's gone in. Cue ball nearly dropped. Well, he's back in touch. Break goes to Cobra. Is that match not finished yet? That one with Slim and Bankster. Because it's a race to... no, LS3 did get it wrong, because Mark said that she called it 11-5. Well, it can't be, because it's a race to 13. So, so much for that idea, Mark. Right, open table. Oh, well, he's on the red into the side. And let's have a look at the lay of the land here. Red into the side, through for the red next to the 8 ball. He could do that if he goes high enough up the table. If this is a problem when he needs to get to it. I'm just stating the facts, Mark. They're there in black and white, just to be a bit pedantic about it. And just to stir the shit as well. There's no harm in stirring the pot. Well, I don't know what the hell's happened with Twitch. We've got 17 viewers on YouTube, and we've got 5 on Twitch, and we've got our usual 1 on Kick. There we go. The silent 1 on Kick is watching. Oh, and no sooner have I said that, somebody's bailed out of YouTube. Right, talking about monetising. It's coming up to Christmas, guys. Don't forget that YouTube has a super thanks button. Don't forget about that. And if you're wondering what the super thanks button is, just press it and you'll see what happens. You can send me an early Christmas present. Well, Cobra's going to open up that gap again. And that then, of course, puts the onus on Larry to dish up on his break to keep staying in touch. Well, something's gone in. And Larry's going to be out here. He's going to be out. Question is he going to stick to the yellows and take that yellow that's up table, or take the one that's the little cutback to the top left? Now you've got the two yellows here that are the combo. That's not the problem. The problem is he can't see the yellow that's the one he would want to be getting to open up the 8 ball if he takes the yellows. And he still can't see it. Now if I'm Larry, I'm potting that yellow there, and I'm laying some sort of sight on this yellow to get rid of it. Well, he's leaving it. If you want to be talking about dildos, head over to Kick. I'm sure you get a lot more response on that on the hot tub channels. Well, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Larry's left it. He's trying to convince himself he can get enough of this yellow to pot it, and I don't think he can. I think he had the opportunity straight off the bat to get on that yellow and get rid of it. Now he's trying to convince himself he can get it. I'm not so certain, and I don't think he is either. Well, well done to Slim. He gets through by 13 racks to 6. Are we gonna now? Wait a minute. Is Slim coming into the stream? Are we all gonna call him a cheat? Are we gonna call him a cheat? Come on, guys. What are we gonna do? Stir the pot even more. Well, don't say I didn't tell you, Larry, but you've got to get in a window here to get on that yellow. Now that's where you should have been at the very first shot of this rack, Larry. Slim, we've all had a chat about your match, and we've decided you're a cheat. SemiPro will explain it to you. SemiPro will explain all the ins and outs of that decision. Well, Larry's got there, but in a roundabout way. Yeah, bullshit. So Larry's got his way of doing things. Larry's... it's not Larry. SemiPro's break has given him a ball. Now, there is again, there's very rarely there's not a problem to deal with. But when you think about it, if you were playing the reds, and you know, whether you could take that one on the side and drop down, you can play the combo. The problem is you would need to get on to this sooner rather than later. So that now remains the problem. That red there. And there's nothing here on this side of the table that can allow you to get down there comfortably. Oh, wrong button, hang on a minute. I hit the wrong button there. The deliberate foul that you did earlier in the match, the one where you skimmed the 8 ball just to push it towards the reds and yellows at the top of the table. That's a immediate loss of rack, playing a deliberate foul in black ball. Well, Cobra's now freed up the red. Look at where Larry's stuck. Not a sniff of a pot. He's got Larry buried behind his own yellow. Well, the intent was very clear. The intent was, I'm just going to skim this 8 ball and push it over amongst the red and yellow. Yeah, I think no. See, what you're voting for is too soft, brainful out. I'm voting for Joe Pesci with a baseball bat. That's what I'm voting for. Joe Pesci will sort them out. Well, Larry, once again here, has been gifted an opportunity to get right back online here. So he's got his one free shot, he's on the yellows, and there isn't a problem yellow anywhere other than this. More than likely should be his last yellow, and just roll the 8 ball up the table. Kneecap, yeah, baseball bat and kneecaps are not a good mix. No, I offered Slim that opportunity, but he's having his day off. Well, like I said earlier there, Brainful Out, yeah, Slim's problems, his OBS isn't functioning properly at the moment for some reason. Yeah, if you know, if this match is going one-sided, then we would jump into the last match, which I need to remind me what the bloody last match is, because I've totally forgotten it already. What's the last match today? Oh aye, LS3 SemiPro. I'll tell you what I will be doing though. I'll be going to have something to eat. I don't think I could survive the night without having a nibble. Well, now he's got problems. He's got problems again, Larry. Now that yellow there that he's about to shoot is the one I would have been playing as my last ball, to just drop it dead for the 8 ball up the table. Haven't got rid of that other yellow that's up there first. And this is even trickier as well, because this is the thing, you're not familiar enough with this table to be playing these wee subtle dinky shots to try and hold the cue ball. This is a test, because this cue ball can get away from you very quickly. Now, how's that sitting? Well, he's got to go to the long grass, isn't he? And he's got to end up in here for the 8 ball. I can't see him doing anything else. I can't see anything else other than getting across and making sure he spins in far enough to get on that 8 ball. And I think the thing he's worried about is stunning this in and running into that side pocket. I think that's the other fear. Have you? Are you lined up for stub next? Oh, that'll be good. Pity it's going to be in the middle of the night. Oh, has he overhit it? No, he's fine. He's fine. So we've got a match on now, 4 apiece, race to 11, Larry's break. Cue ball's gone south, and that's another disaster off the bat, just when he gets himself back on par. And Cobra's having a good study at the table, because you've got to be clear in your mind where you're going. You've got a problem right in the middle of the table with those 2 reds and that yellow been very adjacent. You've got the other red that's gone into the side pocket, which is not exactly readily accessible either. So this is a toss of the coin as to where you go here. Looks as if he's contemplating the yellows. Does that yellow go? That yellow doesn't go past the red. So that, whatever he does decide, there's still that issue. Well, it looks as if he's cleared the yellow to open up the red into the side, or so it's a lot more accessible. So the reds will be what he's going for, I would assume. But then again, can he? No, he's gone for the yellows. Well, this is a thing you don't really want, you know, having to work up and down the table. He might be trying to get back up the table right now. And could have done with going a wee bit further, or is he playing for the one? No, he's going to take these down here. I thought he was trying to nick up the table a bit further, you know, to be more comfortable in that one and get rid of the 2 of them. Maybe he was, but he's just a bit short. And now the angle he's got in this yellow isn't good. And now it's suddenly become a bit more of a test. Now if he's going to draw off this yellow, can he draw and miss those 2 reds? Yes, he can, comfortably. And now he's fine, because this is just a dead weight dink. Cue ball off the rail, back out, high enough. Got to get high enough in that yellow. Perfect. And it looks all too easy. And this is what the punishment is for Larry scratching the break. Well, I don't know that Stubb will want to play you that soon, Slim, but if he does, then you can have it middle of the night Wednesday coming. Or tell a lie, you could have it late Tuesday my time next week, or late Wednesday. You know, if it's US time, I'll be able to get it because I'm not at work. See if you can coax Stubb into playing it any of those 2 nights, and I'll be able to stream it. I think that'd be a good idea. I finish working Tuesday, so on Tuesday night, if it happened to be that you're going to play at like 7 PM Eastern, that would be like, what, 1 AM in the morning my time. I'd be there for it. And as I say, Wednesday night as well, exactly the same, it wouldn't be a problem. Well, that's a delicate little shot, but he's on the problem red. Now, how much of this 8 ball is he going to be taking? Not a lot, just a little brush. And, well, Larry got himself back on track, but the scratch is costing him dearly. So it's going to be 2 in a row here for Cobra. Just a little tiny dink back. That's a wee bit more than tiny, but it'll do. So what time is it? Well, we're 15 minutes away from... Oh, it wiped its feet. 15 minutes away from the main event of the evening. And Larry's break has given him a few balls in the break. 2 yellows have gone. Now, I think you'd have to be committing to the yellows, but there lies the issue there with the yellows. The yellows have all got pockets, really bar that one from where it's sitting. So how does Larry deal with that? Now, I think he could safely try and have a go to maybe get somewhere on it. You need to get lucky, but because he's got a bailout ball over the side pocket here, why not just... I mean, he's a bit straight, but he can pinch an angle just to try and get maybe over here. He's probably going to hit traffic, though. But I'd be having a go at this straight away. I don't know why he didn't have a go at it. I mean, you'd be unlucky not to have the bailout ball. He could have hit that ball left side and just try to come spin across and get somewhere in amongst the yellow. I don't know how he's going to deal with this. He's got an angle there. Oh, now SemiPro will be able to answer. I think that yellow might go. I think that yellow might go from where he is right now. I think it'll certainly catch the jaw. If he misses the second red, I think it might go. Commentator's eye. There you go. Only problem is he's forgot about the cue ball. He's going to have to kick it in, and there's a strong chance he'll get that. Now, if he's going around, the cue ball has got to get out far enough, and I mean far enough to be able to get on this 8 ball. If he's going to hit it soft, he's going to leave it awkward up here somewhere with a cut in this 8 ball. So he's got left English on it to spin around. Oh, he hasn't got it. And that red at the moment is Larry's lifeline. And Cobra, well, Cobra can certainly get that one in the side and come around onto this red, but again, it's only got one pocket to get into, or 2 pockets. If he was finishing here, he's got the side pocket or up table. How's he thinking about this? Well, this is the puzzle that Cobra's got to deal with here, and we'll see how he manufactures his way out here. And I don't think he's done all that good with the shot that he's attempted, because Larry's got to get this. I mean, he's not fully snookered. I mean, it says full snooker, but you know, it's easy enough to catch an edge on this yellow. But the same problem now. Cobra's shot though has blocked the 8 ball, so the thinking on that is very good. So even if Larry does get this, he's only going to have some sort of bank somewhere on the 8 ball. So he's doomed to be going 3 behind here, Larry, unless a miracle happens. Now, can he get this 8 ball to follow the red in? It looks good. And in it goes. Well, that was a sigh of relief that I've heard there from Larry. He's back in touch again, but the break goes back to Cobra. Well, good luck to SemiPro in LS3, because your match is 10 minutes away. Well, Steve must be really busy. No sign of him. The Cobra's break's giving him a yellow. Still, of course, the open table, but committing to the yellows now. And I think he wants to leave possibly that yellow that's next to the red as his last ball into the side pocket. Play the second last ball that's up top, I would assume, but you never know. It looks as if he's going to take it now. Now that other one that's sitting here, that's obviously got to be taken. There's no reason why, you know, he couldn't leave that one, but again, it just depends how you land on it. If you land on it with that angle, then you can just stun up for the 8 ball into the corner. That won't be a problem. There's the numpty shot of the night there, guys. You've just witnessed it. That is it right there. Look at what Cobra's just done there. Can you believe it? Unbelievable how he's done that. He's got himself hooked. Wide open table. And I think he might have saw the finishing line in this rack too soon there, and he's forgot to deliver the cue. And that's well, that's done nothing, because you know, Larry's going to have ball in hand in the kitchen. He can deal with that problem immediately. I mean, he's got the problem up table, but he's going to bury Cobra. good evening to Hazard. Well, Cobra might fancy cutting this. I think he'll have a go at it. I don't think he's got much of a choice. I mean, this is proper bedhead territory, this yellow. In fact, it doesn't cut anyway, I don't think, does it? Oh, I think that's borderline, that yellow. I don't think it cuts. Cobra's having a good look at it, but my eyes can't say whether it is or it isn't. He's having a double check. I'll have a double check. Oh, it might go. I can't swear blind. He's just had a kick at it. Well, what obviously Larry needs to do is come up behind those two reds on the right hand side, because that's a surefire way of locking Cobra up and having no direct shot at all. He's going to hit and force him to kick. The only problem with playing that red that he's looking at and dinking the other way is he could still leave a shot, some sort of sight on this yellow down the bottom here. If he plays the kick to there, he's leaving nothing. He's not leaving a sniff. You just got to go off the short rail and bump into that and, you know, die on the rail with the cue ball. Oh, would you believe it? I think he's buried himself. You just could not write the script to this. Look at what he's done here. You got to laugh. You've got to laugh. Okay, I mean he's just going to drop dead. You know, just roll onto the red, send it to the rail and leave the cue ball there, but he's got to get full cover here. And he's got it. Well, Larry's he's going a long way for a shortcut, isn't he? Well, it'll be a good shot from Cobra, not only to get a hit, but you know, in terms of not leaving Larry a shot, it's pretty unlikely that's going to happen. Well, that is a good point, Slim. Yeah. You know, Larry will always play at his pace. And you know, whatever you can do to put your opponent off legally is all perfectly legit within the rules of any game. Well, we are 4 minutes away from the last match today. The winner's side match between LS3 and Cobra. LS3 going for the second big scalp in a row. And this is the reason that Cobra is on the one-loss side. LS3 took him out in the last match. So she's got a good incentive tonight. I wonder if SemiPro's going to have many people backing him in the match. How many people are going to... Because obviously SemiPro knows everybody hates him. He keeps telling us that. So everybody's going to be pulling for LS3. No doubt about that. See if we can get inside his head before the match has started. I don't know that this is particularly great. Is he going to pinch a wee angle to stun onto the top rail? Yes, he's fine. Now what's he doing? Is he rolling this down table? Yeah. So roll it down table, let the cue ball roll out. Remember, the cue ball has to roll out. It can die a death if you don't hit it. You've got to let it roll out. You know, even if you're up at the side pocket. So we are going to be all square again. Now, can Larry make amends for his last time he got back all square, because he then broke and scratched? So let's see if he can keep the cue ball on the table. Well, he's broke. A ball has gone in. The 8 ball still on the table. And right, let's have a quick look here. Well, what do you plump for here? I mean, that red goes. If you decide you're going to play the reds, then you've got a dinky one into the side pocket, which would sort of deal with a problem situation there a little bit. The only problem I can also see is pushing that red onto the yellow. So, I mean, you could just dink that in. But if you dink it in, you might have to play the combo. Let's see what he chooses to do. In fact, he's found a gap. That's ideal. Now should be the time where he might think of dinking up here for that one. I don't know whether it's a good idea to leave that there. Well, I think that was the idea that Larry had there. He's just gone a bit too far. He's just gone into that no man's land territory. I mean, he can bail out up table. You want to really be better on that red though, rather than taking it at distance. Oh, now he's got another problem. Well, the intention was obviously stick with this match and keep an eye on what's happening in the other one. Because we're 6 apiece here, so we're more than halfway home. The other one, remember, is a winner's side match. That's a race to 13. What is Slim still in Windows 7? All you need to do is install Windows 10 and then put Classic Shell and go in and download Classic Shell, and you can have Windows 10 look like Windows 7 in 2 minutes. That's the first thing I've always done. Download Classic Shell, and you'll have Windows 10 where you won't even recognise the difference between Windows 10 and Windows 7. That's how good it is. Because I hate the Windows 10 setup, the way the panels are. I didn't like that crap straight off the bat, so I wanted rid of it as soon as I seen Windows 10. I just don't like the way things are laid out on it. So once I found that Classic Shell program, that's the first thing I installed, and you hit a button and you're back to Windows 7 look, and everything's normal and everything's familiar. So the match between LS3 and SemiPro is now underway, as we can confirm on the bracket, and we'll keep an eye on what's happening. And meanwhile, Cobra looks as if he's going to be restoring his lead here. So the one problem for Larry is that this is on Larry's break, so Cobra's going to have first shout. at building that 2-rack lead again. Well, this is an important rack, I think, because, you know, we're getting to the business end of the match here, and if Cobra can stick this one away, that really ramps the pressure up on Larry. Well, Cobra's got a ball in, but I'll tell you something, it'll be a bloody miracle if he runs this table. This is ugly. Not only is it ugly where the cue ball's sitting, but oh, the mess up the top of the table. You know, he's going to have a smack here straight away. I think if he can see that other yellow, he's going to cut it in and give it a pop. Is he? Well, that would be the shot to try and do some damage. Do you think there's still, well, Windows, there can't be people who still have a PC that's Windows 98. There surely can't be people in the world that's got a Windows 98 computer. Mind you, there could be people in third world countries who are given computers, you know, in maybe schools and things in Africa where they just get given a pile of crap. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, just so that they've got something that they can work with, even if it's just for emails, you know. Well, Cobra is on yellows, Larry in the reds. A good start for LS3 then. Is Larry trying to just catch the red and send the red over the side pocket? What's he trying to do? I'm not 100% sure what he was trying, whether it was what he did play or whether he was just trying to catch the red. I don't know. Sort the camera. Well, those 3 yellows that are up the table there, Cobra doesn't really want to touch any of them because if he takes them in the right order, he can get them all. He can deal with them all. Oh, that's. I'll just get my phone. I'll just get my phone on then. Hang on a minute. There we go. There's Brain Pull Out's channel. Well, the quality of the stream is very good. So I've now got Brain Fallout's live stream on my phone, as all of you guys should. You can watch this match and have Brain Fallout on your phone. Ugly table, by the way, that they're playing on. Just as ugly as this is, as a matter of fact. Well, Cobra just going to... I think he was contemplating trying to duck behind his yellow there, but that's a tricky little dink. Can he see enough of that yellow? No, he can't. That's the problem. The problem is he can't get to that yellow. That's the one he would have wanted to have been playing. Well, if Stubb was at the table, no prizes for guessing what Stubb would be doing. He'd be slamming that in and trying to spin across and do damage. That's what he'd be doing. Right, LS3 is on the 8 ball in rack number 2. And it's 2-0 to LS3. So a good start for LS3. SemiPro broke off in rack number 3. He's got a ball, and he's got not a bad looking table, apart from the fact that if he chose yellows, he's got a problem yellow. And he has committed to the yellows, so he's trying to cut a yellow into the side to bump the problem yellow out the way. And he's done that. He's now improved that problem yellow, and he should be out. He's got 2 yellows over pockets, and the problem yellow has been dealt with, so he's got every chance to run out here to get a rack in the board. And meanwhile, in this match, Larry's played a little dink to get on the other problem red. And this is also a slight problem, because he can't really try to do a great deal with the cue ball here other than leave a shot in the red. And the shot he's going to have in the red is not exactly going to be a gimme if he cuts this across. So Slim's saying that Brain Fallout's got no game audio either. How's that yellow looking? Well, if you were, if you were sitting here on it, it's going into the side, no bother. And the pot that he's playing right now should get him there. Well, SemiPro has potted the 8 ball, and he's underway. He's got his first rack in the board, and meanwhile Cobra is left himself with the cut on the yellow. What the hell's he doing? Oh, why didn't he play the cut in the yellow? Again, that's got me completely baffled. Why didn't he play the cut in the yellow to drop down and drop the yellow? Maybe he was worried about the fact that you would have to punch it in to get the cue ball out for the 8 ball. Maybe that's why he played it. But it's given Larry a lifeline. So they're into rack number 4, LS3 at the table. She looks as if she's committing to the yellows. And she's off and running. Now, there is one tricky situation with a yellow into the side that lets you get onto a more awkward yellow. That's going to decide whether she can get out here, and the 8 ball's not exactly sitting great either. Now let's see what Larry's left himself. How's the angle in this red? Well, he's really got to he's got to make a decision. Does he go to the rail and come right out, or does he try and stun back for the red, the black, which is more awkward, into the other corner pocket doing that? Looks as if he's going forward and across. But he needs to get right across. He needs to get right over to where he is now. That's perfect. That's absolutely on the nail of where he wanted to be. He wanted to be staring down the barrel. So we're all square again, 7 apiece. And this time Larry's break has worked big time. I think there's about 3 reds went. Now he has to make the decision where he's going here. Now, obviously the 2 yellows take care of themselves. There's the problem if it's yellows. And he's looking, I think he's trying to convince himself that he could pot that yellow straight. Oh, it's tight looking. It looks too tight. Because he knows that's the problem ball. I mean, the thing is, it wouldn't be a foul because it's still an open table. But in doing that, he's now created a problem with the 8 ball. He's nudged the 8 ball and it's locked up the yellow. Oh, it's crazy how things go wrong in this thing. So Larry's got the one issue. Let's see if that yellow goes into the side. Well, it's tight again, isn't it? I mean, if you were here on that yellow, you can get it into the side. And if Larry wants to, he can do it now. He can drop that yellow in and come through. But he has to come through far enough. Could have done me going a bit more. Oh, it's close. This is close on a foul. He's there, but where he wanted to be was there. That way he knows there's no problem in interfering with the 8 ball. Where he is now is extreme borderline. That this game's not going to call a foul here. It looks okay. Yeah, it's okay. He's played it well. Now, this is just a dink in, cue ball out. Problem is, he's got to get the pace right. He's got to come to the rail and back out, and doesn't want to hook himself behind the 8 ball. Now, meanwhile, in the SemiPro LS3 match, SemiPro's on the reds. He's got a long red which he's got into the corner. He's got another long red down into the other corner, and the 8 ball's right snap bang in the middle of the table at the head of the pack. And he's left himself in the worst position he could have on this 8 ball. He's right on parallel with the 8 ball, where it either goes into the side or it goes into the corner. None of them are easy, but he's played the 8 ball well, and it's now 2 apiece. But he left it tough. So that match, 2 racks all, and SemiPro breaking in rack number 5. And he's had a ball. Table's not ideal for running out. And meanwhile, Larry has a yellow. Now, he's got to sort of stun this in a wee bit to hold the cue ball in a good line on this 8 ball. He's letting it run and open out. See, the more he does that, that's a sort of safety way of playing the pot. He still should get this, no problem. It's just a wee bit further away. So, is this the first time in the match Larry's been in front since we joined it? I can't remember when Larry was in front. He's always been chasing Cobra down. So Cobra's break in rack number 16 has given him a ball. It's not exactly great for potting his first ball. I mean, he can get the yellow, he can get a red in the side, and that's about it. So if he's committing to the yellows are all there. They're all on, and it could be a very quick response here from Cobra to square this match back up. It's an excellent table for a player of his standard to find his way out. I think what I'm going to do, guys, because it's getting to that time where I do need to have a little nibble, so I am going to keep the stream going. I'm going to nuke a burger in the microwave so I'll get something to eat, and I'll be back in no more than probably, not even 4 minutes. I'm going to do that now. I'll see you in a little bit. I am back. You know what it is, Simon? And I'm doing a steak, by the way, I'm going to be eating. It's a Rustler's, what do you call it? Meatless Maverick. Chicken fillet. They're bloody good. Especially when you're starving. Anything's good. 1 minute 10 seconds in the microwave. And the little packet of mayonnaise on it. That'll at least see me through the rest of the night. Yep, absolute shite. But you've got to remember, I'm Scottish. It's a bit late in the day to start this healthy living. By the way, when I was on YouTube yesterday, I had a pop-up, a local news story popped up, and there is a local chip van has won one of the big awards. I can't remember what the award was, but it was obviously for food. But they don't come round my area. But seemingly they do very good fish and chips on their chip van. We used to have a chip van, but it's long gone. But they actually have a van that covers north and is it north and south Ayrshire, whereas I'm in West Ayrshire. And they're thinking of expanding their company to have a second van, so hopefully they come around my way, because I'll be a customer. So where have we got? Larry's 9-8 in front. Oh, this is good when you're starving. Oh, that'll make sure that my stomach's not rumbling when I go to bed. The last chip van we had round our way, Mark, would be about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And you know, the chip vans are good because, first of all, they're cheaper than going to the fish and chip shop. They don't have the same overheads for a start. And you're getting it fresh. You're getting it as fresh as you can get it. You're not always guaranteed you're getting it 100% fresh when you go to a chip shop. And when they did come round, they used to get good business. I mean, the van would stop at the top of the street just outside my front window, and he'd be there for half an hour at the top of the street, and then he'd be another half an hour at the bottom of the street. Oh, E. coli, I'm sure I've had every stomach disease now. I've survived them all. I've got the constitution of a lion when it comes to food. and various infections that you can get from food. Well, this is a vital point in the match. 9-8 to Larry on the yellow. Oh, what a bump he's had there, but he's killed the 8-ball. I think he's killed the 8-ball right off the bat there. And he's going to have to try and dink and bump the red here, I think. Is he trying to do that? He's got to pop this up the table. To give himself a chance of getting out, he's got to pop this up the table. And at pace, you know, unless it's pure, it ain't going in. But can he not dink and try and catch the red? You would think that's what's in his mind. Well, that will do. That is beautiful. That couldn't have landed any better. Well, I can't tell you the last time I was at a doctor. The one time I did go to the doctors was when I was at school, and there was a problem with the tap water, and we were told not to drink it. And of course, I drunk it, and I had severe. How do you keep it clean? Let's just say it was coming out like a fountain, and so I had to go to the doctors to get something to solidify me. That was when I was at secondary school, so that was 40 years ago and more. Well, Larry's done well there, got himself in the hill. That's what I did there. That's what I did there with my face. I did that 6 months ago. Well, Larry, he's at the table for the time being, but he has the final major issue with that 8-ball. I'm almost done with my chicken burger thing. Well, did I tell you about the doctor? I mean, I couldn't even tell you my doctor's name, because I know I had a doctor and then he retired. My doctor was Dr. Duncan, but he retired, and then some woman took over his place. And if you remember, I was looking after my mother. I gave up my job to look after my mother when she was going downhill. And when she died, I mean, this is the type of thing doctors do. When she died, I got a phone call from the doctor the next day. Now, there's no way the doctor knew she died, because I didn't phone up the doctor and say, "Oh, my mother passed away last night." I was nowhere near the doctors. But they phoned up the next day. I'm trying to sort stuff out for funerals and all of that crap. And I got a phone call. "Aye, it's Dr. So-and-so here," whatever her name was, I can't remember. "Are you okay?" I says, "Well, I'm as best as to be expected. I've got stuff to sort out." and she wanted to pump tablets onto me. Now, this is a woman that's never met me. I've not got any history of needing tablets, no record of anything like that at all. So the first thing she wanted, and this is what I told her, I'll tell you, pretty much word for word, I said, I don't want any one of your, I don't need any drugs. That's the last thing I need. I hung up the phone and never spoke to her again. So the first thing they want to do is bloody fill you full of bloody all sorts of stuff to mess with your head. I think that's too easy for a lot of folk though. A lot of folk, I'm not saying a lot of folk are hypochondriacs, but the first thing they run to is a doctor. And the doctor, just to satisfy you, will give you whatever it is you're more or less hinting you want, just to get rid of you. And the other thing is, when you're somebody like Michael Jackson, and you're paying tens of thousands of dollars for a doctor's services, the doctor will put you on all sorts of medication. And we all know what the outcome of that was. I've never been on any prescription drug from a doctor's. Never, nothing. Never at all. I've never ran to the doctors when I've had a cold. I've never done anything like that. I've just suffered it and got over it. The only time I say I went to the doctors was when I drank that water, and that was it. And that was simply because I was getting dehydrated because of it. Right, I just need a quick drink to wash this down. And then it should be good to go. Oh, that was lovely. Well, Lily's Free's going to rescue the situation. She's just got one back. Right. Well, are we going all the way here? Or is Larry going to put Cobra to the sword? Well, Larry's, he's obviously got two choices of shot here. He can play the combo into the side, but he can also try the yellow on the red and the follow through. Then again, I've just realised it's Cobra's at the table. I don't think Cobra can get to that red. You think Cobra can get in there? Well, he's tried to break out. And it almost worked. I mean, that 8-ball does go into the side pocket. You know, it's a very narrow opening from that angle. Now he could be trying something here. He is trying it, and that was well done, because that's now at least opened up the 8-ball a lot more and made it a lot more accessible. Well, Cobra isn't dead yet. Yeah, but the thing is, as I say, you know, doctors over here, they're so busy, it's so difficult to get an appointment. It's even worse if you're down in England. And doctors just want to get you in and get out. You know, all they want is a diagnostics. Get you in, send you away with a prescription and get you off the list. That's all they'll do. So they'll pump you full of stuff they think that is what you really need or want at the end of the day, and they'll be quite happy to do that. So Cobra breaking off in rack number 20, trailing by 1, and Cobra's got a ball or a couple of balls. What went there? A yellow and a red. And well, if he takes the red that's up on the rail on the right hand side, he can certainly get onto that red into the middle. But if he takes the yellows are all wide open. The only problem is that. That's the only problem. But you can get onto it into the side. Now, somebody tell me, Spud Boy, what's the Collington Tunnel? Because I haven't a clue what you're talking about. Well, Cobra's decided to go for the reds, and he's done what I said. He's looking to bump this 8 ball out. I think that's the reason he decided on the reds, is that he had a good chance of getting this 8 ball sort of more into play. In fact, he didn't have the angle. But has he got the angle on the red? Oh yes, he has. So he can deal with the problem, and the 8 ball will be wide open. But he's got to get that one that's on this bottom left hand rail here, because that's isolated. And there's nothing to stop him, you know, potting the red and holding for that red into the side. So he's taken that one. Maybe to, I don't know that he's happy, but because he's got the cue ball wants to leak away. Now if he goes the other route and he takes that one, he's out into the table for this one. And again, it's tricky to get shape on the last red. But it would be very handy for the 8 ball doing that. Oh, I've never even heard of it. Oh, wait a minute, he's leaked away. Oh dear. Well, Cobra's got to get really fortunate here. I mean, he'll probably stop Larry having a free shot. But Larry's got a wide open table. If Cobra can't kick this in somewhere. And he's had a blast. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh dear. Well, he's still got a lifeline. He's bumped a yellow down on top, well, not quite on top of the red, but it's now not quite as simple as we thought it might have been. Well, it's given Larry a problem. Now, if Larry could get perfect on that yellow, up in the top left, he could push it through and drop it in after the red. I've no doubt about that, because I think it's pretty nice straight on. You know, if he was on it in such a way, he could probably deal with it. But he's also got a problem in the fact that this 8-ball, where it is in the way of a path to get to that bump from playing that ball. Oh, welcome to Tam. I'm trying to see. Hang on a minute. It's probably easier just tabbing, isn't it? It's now 6-3 to SemiPro. Well, there's the issue up top that's hanging over Larry's head. Eight ball wide open, so any mistake by Larry and he's going to be pretty much gone in this rack. Well, now is the time to try something. He's got to try and spin up the table and do something here. I don't think he's going to have any other opportunity to get there unless he fancies doing what I said and trying to get on a line to play the yellow and follow it in, follow the red ball in. That looks as if it's what he's got in mind, and he couldn't be much better. I mean, he can just drop through, doesn't want to go through too far. He just, well, he's not even doing that. Well, from this ball he's got a better chance of holding it as straight as he can, just so that he can get past the 8-ball, no more. He's got to hold the cue ball just where that yellow is. But the problem is, though, if he's too close to the rail, well, he's got an angle though. I think he's okay. He's got an angle, so he's got to watch the pace. He wants to have this 8-ball into the side here. Oh dear, disaster. Oh God. Would you believe it? I thought it was in all the way. Well, Cobra's been given the lifeline. Invincible. And Cobra's perfect, so we're going all the way, and it's going to be Larry though that's breaking for the match. So as soon as this is done, we'll be heading over to what's left on the LS3 SemiPro match. Oh dear, there's a disaster again. The second time tonight Larry's broke, and he's scratched exactly the wrong time. Well, Whit, you're a bit late with that. Oh well, it couldn't have finished any worse. And Cobra's now trying to utilise this free shot and make the most of it. It's Cobra's to lose now this match. Cobra's still looking around and thinking. Well, he's potted a yellow. That's his free shot. It's still an open table though. And the 8 ball is still not exactly readily available where it's sitting. It's now 6-4 to SemiPro. And it's now 7-4 because he's just finished that rack. And LS3 breaking in rack number 12. Well, Cobra's committed to the reds, but this, an adjacent red, could be the critical point. Well, it's definitely going to be the critical point as far as Cobra's concerned. Now, I don't know whether he's gone far enough. He hasn't. He's dead straight. I think he was hoping to drop through. He was hoping to maybe drop through and maybe play for a bump. He's bolt straight in this red. And of course, when he rolls it in, he's only going to have one other red, which is the one up in the top left hand side. He's only going to have that one next to follow because there's no way he can go on the other ones. Now that one that's next to the 8 ball will go. Enough room to get that in off the far side of the pocket. Plenty of room. Well, now with this shot he's got here, the cue ball is going to leak away. This is the vital shot to win this match right here, because he's got to find a way to deal with the 8 ball. Now, if we look at the 8 ball into the side, if you dink that red in and come out, you've got the 8 ball into the side. He might not have to do anything. He might just have to take it as it is and just leave that as his last red if he can help it. Well, critical decisions here. And that's what it's going to be, I think. Well, it won't be now. He's going to have to take that red up top. He's going to have an awkward red. It doesn't go into the side. I can't see what he's going to try to do here. I mean, first of all, you're going to have to play it at some sort of pace. Yeah, this is tough. It's as tough as they come. It'll be some shot. Cue ball Cue ball. Oh dear. Oh, I can hear the sigh from Cobra. Would you believe it? Welcome to Coldest Pillow. You've arrived at the right time. Well, Larry, it's yours to throw away. He's got ball in hand. That yellow is accessible anyway. You don't need to bump anything. You just need to get on it, and he's got loads of opportunities to get on it. Now, why doesn't he play the little combo? And all you want to do is just leave the cue ball sort of there to take that yellow straight away. I mean, the yellow goes into the side. This yellow here worries me. You see, he's worried, he's in two minds what to do with his free shot. And I think this is the right shot. Get rid of the problem yellow. This is the one you don't want to be tracking back to. Oh, you don't want to land on top of it. You don't want to do that. Oh, he's nudged it. He's nudged it and killed it. Would you believe it? He's nudged it and killed it. Just that fraction of an inch he's nudged it, and now it's not going anywhere. Well, it will go into the side, but you'll be good to get there, won't you? Well, it's just he's got to duck here. I mean, I don't think he can avoid potting the yellow though. But he's got to duck at some point. Well, that's exactly it. He's got to try and duck here now. There's nothing to stop him. You know, just thinning off the yellow and coming down here and ducking for cover. He's got to try and, I mean, it's going to force Cobra into playing a kick, no doubt about that, but he can't be trying to run this out. He's going to try and bump this, by the way. This is the make or break shot, and it's fatal if he doesn't get the yellow in. You've got to get this cue ball moving. And he could end up dead stuck in a ball doing it. Well, you could cross bank that 8 ball if you can see the outside of it from this end of the table. You can play that shot. It's a last resort, but it's the only one you'd have. Well, Larry's played for the bump. He hasn't got it. Well, now he should be doing what I'm talking about. He should be thinning that yellow or that one, doesn't matter what one, and bringing the cue ball down table. He's got to be wary of the scratch. But is he going to have another go here? No. Finally, common sense has prevailed. And he might be leaving an edge of the 8 ball, but that's still the shot to play. That is still the shot. Oh, here's poor old Brainful Out's got the spammer in his lobby. Try to sell him subscriptions. And it's the bloody Russian one again. You've got to laugh. Well, that was the shot that I was talking about. It was always a shot that was going to give Larry a bit of breathing space. Cobra's just going to have a blast. Oh, look at this. Goodness me. Unbelievable finish. Unbelievable. Oh, no. Oh, you could not write that script. Unbelievable. And Larry's going to be gutted. I mean, there was nothing wrong with Larry's shot, but Cobra's going to have a blast. And he's fluked the damn thing. Incredible finish. What a finish that was. Well, we'll talk about the aftermath of that in a day or two. Oh dear. Well, anyway, we're in the LS3 SemiPro match, SemiPro, with a 2-rack lead. Well, I don't think this can match up to what we've just seen. Well, maybe if Larry had played that shot... Now, here's my argument. Maybe if Larry had played that shot a bit earlier... Do you see what I mean? When there was more balls on the table. Maybe if he had played it a bit earlier, he might have got away with it. It's all lifts, butts and maybes though, but oh, you would never have thought that was the outcome, but that's what can happen in this game. Is Larry coming into the, is Cobra coming into the stream? Is Larry coming in to drown his sorrows, or is he going home? He's got to be well pissed at that. Oh dear. Oh, you jammy git. Well, I said that Larry should have played that shot a couple of shots earlier when there was more balls on the table. Oh, so Cobra's complaining he was playing for the middle. Oh God. Oh, that is a right kick, a proper kick in the groin that was. But that's all you can do. I mean, you just have to have a blast. As far as you're concerned, you're losing the match. You've got to give it a blast, and if you get that lucky roll, then you're the winner. But I still say Larry should have played that shot 2 or 3 shots earlier when there was more balls available. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, Bedhead. You know, oh, watch the cue ball. Oh, disaster for LS3 now. At the wrong time. Well, oh, is this match going to be as dramatic an end as what we've just seen? I doubt it. So SemiPro uses his free shot and everything now is available. And he might just dink this red in, get rid of the one up top. If he's actually a wee bit straight on this. Yeah, he's pretty nice straight as a die, isn't he? Yeah, but you know, remember what Bedhead's talking about is that yellow. Yeah, that yellow that was near the 8 ball on the left side of the table. That yellow didn't need to be touched. Nothing needed to be moved, but Larry bumped it, and he bumped it and killed it, and that's where he lost it. Yeah, that's where he lost it. I mean, he had the match there in his grasp until he bumped that yellow and killed it in the 8 ball, because that was then Cobra's lifeline. For much as what it was a slim lifeline. But Larry's only got himself to blame there, really, when you look back on how the rack went. That was just a fatal hit on the yellow to lock it up, pretty much lock it up on the 8 ball and take away that pot in the side. The pot in the side was clean, it was open, there was no problem. You just had to get there. And that was like the cardinal sin. That's what you don't do in that situation, is you don't touch something when the ball's there to be got at. You just get to it. Yeah, Larry played solid enough, but solid enough doesn't get the job done if you do the wrong shot at the vital time in the match. And that's it in black and white. So SemiPro now stretching his lead back to 3, and with the break, ball into the side, ball into the top left, another ball hanging over the side. Well, you could easily say reds, they're all available. I'm sure that red goes past the yellow. Yeah, it does. Those two reds up in the top right hand side, they're easily got at. Well, you could take yellows, couldn't you? But I think it's a head scratcher, this, because you know, you start with the yellow in the bottom left here. You could take that other yellow in the left hand side, it's just above the red, but he's going for reds. He's going to play the combo into the side. Now, might not be a bad thing doing what he's doing here, is just rolling the other one in and coming out and playing the other one down the table. Is he coming back for the other one? Yeah, he's coming back. Now, he's got to get through the gap here. And he's got through the gap clean. Straightforward enough 8-ball. Yeah, that's what it's all about, is getting that cue ball in full control. So he's now 5 in front. LS3 breaks, gets a ball. And of course all LS3 can do is run out. Well, I think what she would have wanted to do would be to play this combo with the red and the yellow over this bottom right hand corner pocket to get the yellow in, and I think that's what she's tried. And she's come up dry. That could be fatal. So there's that red ball in a fairly similar position to where Larry was. You know, I think the yellow ball was actually more available than what it is, but it's in a similar thing. I think it was further up the table, but it's in a similar position where you don't want to bump the red, because the other thing is that the red goes into the side. So if you bump that red, it's dead in the 8-ball. Well, SemiPro is committed to the yellows. I don't think this is exactly perfect where he's sat. And I think he's dead behind the combo. Yeah, you just need to cut that slightly to the right, just a tad. And this is looking like SemiPro's made his move and heading home here, because this is going to be a big lead. It's not, if it's not already big, to be 5 in front. So he's just got to get out again far enough where he can play the yellow clean without interfering with the red, and that's perfect. So this is just a dink back, and you've got to dink back far enough to get the 8 into the side, so it should not be a problem. I think he's broke the back of this match now. 11-5 in front, just 2 away. We'll have a catch up on the bracket at the end of the match. I wonder if, do us a favour, Mark, have a quick look on ITV4 and tell me what's happening in the snooker, because I would have thought that would have been a bit over, unless Trump's on the road to the comeback again. They've been playing for an hour. And Mark Allen was what, 7-2 up, first to 10. Why have I still got the phone on? I've still got the phone on watching Brainful Out stream. Let me shut that down. Right. That's taking care of that. Well, this table doesn't look all that bad. There's that one problem red that's just to the right of the two yellows up top. Now, I think he can try and bump the yellows off this red. He might try and spin to bump the yellows here. I think it's on, but what do I know? I think the angle's there and he's got enough room. Oh no, he's trying to hold it in the... Well... Was he trying to hold it there to play the cut? No, clearly not. So he's just opened it up. That'll do. Oh, it needs to get off the rail. Well, the only way this match will get, or the Larry Cobra match will get topped off is if some sort of miracle happen for LS3 now. It's even beyond miracles now, I think. LS3 breaks off, trailing by 7. She's got a ball now. Looking at the yellows, let's have a look at this yellow here. Now that's the one that you can get to. Or is it in the? Is it in the mid? Maybe it's aye. Oh, with this at the end of a frame. Then are you on ITV4? Oh no, but whenever if you're on your phone and you load up ITV4, it'll go to commercials before it goes to the live match. Well, that's now locked up the red and the yellow. Well, there's one opportunity if LS3 can get good on that other yellow. That ain't it though. And now, in fact, I think she corner hooked. Oh, that's dodgy. I don't think she can get to the yellow. Oh, it's very tight. Looks okay from that angle, but at the end of the day, you're surrendering the table and you're probably going to lose the match because of it. Yeah, that was sort of last chance saloon. Well, there's still a lifeline, really, with the red and yellow up there, and it's not set to be run out. SemiPro needs to work something out. He could try it now if he had potted the red, but he's just biding his time. He's quite right. I mean, he doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks. all he's doing is he's just waiting for the right time to make the move. It might be now, and that is it as far as the problem ball goes. And this problem here is not a problem as long as you pot that one and finish on it. So it should be game, set and match here. That'll be the last red for the 8 ball, that one there, or at least it looks like it. Alan's won the match. Well, he must have maybe won the first 3 frames, because the match has only been on for an hour and a quarter this evening. So he must have won the first 3 frames. He must have won 10-2. Yep, he was 7-2 in front. 10-4. Yeah, well done to Mark Allen. That's 150 grand, I think he got. 150 or 160,000, something like that. And Judd Trump gets 60. That's a good win for him. And there's the problem red I was talking about. And so it's been well, I think it was okay the first part of the match. LS3 was staying in it, but the strength of SemiPro's taking the match completely away from LS3, and that is a very good win for SemiPro by 13 racks to 5. So LS3 moves over to join all the rest of the reprobates in the one loss side. Let's have a quick look and a catch up on what is happening. We'll do a quick refresh. Right, so from top to bottom, we have Albinario and SemiPro in the round 4 match. So that's one that we'll be looking forward to. And on the bottom half of the draw, of course, as Slim mentioned earlier, we've got OnePocketSlim against Real Poland Power. So that's the 2 main matches on the winner's side. And on the one loss side, we've got Fast Eddie. Oh shit. Oh dear. We've got Fast Eddie on that bottom half, and he's waiting on the winner of the Cobra bankster match. Cobra's going to be the favourite for that. And we have Zangetsu and MC Clarkey still to play. We've also got Brainfall Out and LS3, which is now the match lined up on the one loss side. So there's obviously losers going to be coming across, but that is the black ball tournament up to date. We'll have one last reminder on the upcoming match in the 3 cushion, and that is, we have the match, well, the 2 matches, but we've got the main one I'll be focusing on will be Cobra and OnePocketSlim tomorrow night on that one loss side in the 3 cushion World Championship. The one loss side is what, a race to 15, so it is. And then there's a match with Acero and Vinces, which is early hours of Monday morning, 2 AM my time. Of course, I won't be there. So hopefully if Slim's around and gets that, then I'll be able to watch it when I get home. So that is where we are, folks. And that is it for our Sunday extravaganza. Good night, Mark. Thanks for watching. And likewise to everybody else. Thanks for joining us. What's Jose saying about, is the sound good? What sound? Chat font -2. No, I've got it on the way I like it. So I have. Right, I will. I'll bid you all good night, and hopefully see you again soon, folks. Take care, and thanks for taking the time to join us for these matches tonight. You can't beat that match with Larry and Cobra, though. That's a topper, the way that ended. Gut wrenching for Larry, but Cobra glad to get over the line one way or another. But it should never have happened. Larry knows it. Right, I'm off. See you later.